And welcome back to Buccaneer Field here, the home of the Broadmoor Buccaneers. John Burke and Charles Barbary alongside as we get set for the kickoff of very interesting ball game. A couple of teams that both have one W already notched in the column and nothing on the, very, very huge, and none in the loss column. And one of these teams will move to 2-0 tonight. There's Coach Rusty Price in his 18th season as the head coach of Broadmoor High School.
Trivia question.
Okay.
He's been a head coach at 18 years, but how long has he been teaching at Broadmoor High School?
Oh, gosh. I would say, since the late 50s, huh? No.
Yeah. 27 years is what Rusty said.
Wow, that's impressive. That's a lot of tenure right there built up at one school. But this is an interesting game. I think it'll be a good barometer for these teams to see where they are at this point in the season. Baker, of course, won the district last year, as we mentioned earlier, in the 5A, and they moved down to 4A, and they are ranked in the top 10 in the state 4A poll this week, while Broadmoor moves up to 5A, but only have 28 players suited up on the varsity, Charles.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see. Speed against strength, I think, is what we're looking at tonight. For Broadmoor to win the ball game, they're going to have to be able to break some big plays. Baker to win, control the line of scrimmage.
A very unorthodox kicker, number 67. LaMarcus Muse, the junior, also doubles the defensive lineman, will tee it off here. And we are underway at Broadmoor. Number 23 for the Bucks. That's Emmanuel Howard. He's still on his feet, and he's up to the 35-yard line. Randy Williams brought him down, senior cornerback. And Broadmoor starts off with pretty fair field position, 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
24-yard punt return that time by Emmanuel Howard. Howard last week had 3 touchdowns, rushed for 53 yards, and had 164 all-purpose yards. He's one of their go-to guys, and you saw it right there, an excellent kickoff return to start the ball game.
At the quarterback position for the Bucks is Joey Graff. He's a 5'10", 169-pound senior. He's a pretty good one, too. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes, Charles. Graff looks like a broken play, perhaps. He's going to swing it out to the right side to Howard, who almost breaks the tackle, but picks up about 5 or 6 yards.
Terrence Lowry in on a stop that time for the Buffaloes. But I thought there wasn't a broken play. It looked like it started to, but it looked like an isolation play to try to break the back and loose out on the sidelines.
Graff disguised it well. Pick up a 6 on 1st down, setting up a very good situation for Broadmoor. 2nd down and 4 from their own 41.
Last week we played in the rice paddy. This week we're on a golf course. Field's in excellent condition.
Backs in the eye. Lined up behind Graff. 2nd and 4, and the give is to Howard. He's not going to break that one. A whole gang of Buffs are going to stack him up. Charge led by LaMarcus Muse.
Good stop that time, as that's what we talked about. Buffaloes, we saw on the first play from scrimmage, had to go outside, a little razzle-dazzle, fake stuff, try to isolate the running back. This time they tried a power play, and it was stuffed.
Emmanuel Howard, a 6'1", 180-pound junior. He is a terrific one. Should hear big things from him, not just this year, but beyond.
3rd and 3, an indication early in the ball game on how the Buccaneers are going to handle the short yardage situations, whether they try to play power football or go for a finesse game.
A couple of receivers split out to the left. It's a fake handoff to Howard. Rolling left is Graff. He's going to fire out towards the sideline, and that's complete up around the Baker 48-yard line and finally knocked down. Donald Washington on the stop. But that's going to be good for a Broadmoor 1st down.
We saw it right there, a little play action pass. Graff rolls out and hits the back out there, and 1st down for the Buccaneers.
One of the real standout players for Broadmoor making the catch, that was Kevin Donnelly. 6'3", 204-pound senior. He's a good one. Rusty relies on him a lot. Backs in the veer behind Graff. From the Baker 45, 1st and 10. Graff is going to keep it on the option. And he's going to move ahead for about 5 yards. A nice piece of running. Terrence Lowry stood him up from his strong safety position.
Excellent play that time by Joey Graff, keeping the ball. But if he had had the opportunity to pitch it, the corner came in on the quarterback a little early that time, and the running back was open.
Is Graff wearing socks, or is he the sockless wonder out there? See if we can get a shot of his,
I don't see any socks. Well, Pete Maravich used to have the floppy socks. New style here.
Heck, play barefoot. Why not? 2nd and 5 from the Baker 40. Nice little drive here for Broadmoor on their first possession of the game. First man through. Graff gives it to the fullback. Jeff Lendo with the stop.
Lucky that time they didn't fumble. That was a little not knowing whether to hand the ball off. Wanted to, didn't, then did. But fortunately, the Broadmoor Buccaneers keep the football. And I might ask, the Broadmoor battling Buccaneers.
The battling Bucks trying to hit Baker with a broadside on their first possession here. It's going to be 3rd and 5 at the Baker 40. Another big play right here for both sides of the football. Hell, they're all big, Charles.
A lot of red out there tonight.
Yeah. Graff rolls left on a naked bootleg, and he fires complete to Coryell, and that's going to be good for a first down. Michael Mulkey hauled him down, but not before the Buccaneers are going to move the sticks one more time.
It looked like a little give and go in basketball. He was rolling to his left. The receiver was running back across the middle, kind of shoveled the ball to him. It was another first down, 3rd one of the drive for Broadmoor.
Pick up a 7.
Baker hadn't touched the football yet. We're at the 8:50 mark of the first quarter.
Graff, very smart play, a very safe pass, and it works. It's good enough for first down yardage. 1st and 10 at the 33. Backs in the veer. A couple of receivers coming out to the near side. Pitches to Howard. He's got some room. He can get around the corner, and he does. Down inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line before Donald Washington pushes him out of bounds.
And give number 17, James Moncrief, credit for a real good crackback legal block coming back from his wide-out position to seal the corner that time.
Manuel Howard with enough speed to turn the corner right there and turn it into a 6-yard gain on first down. Broadmoor all drive long has picked up nice yardage on first down. That's the way you got to do it.
Well, they're doing a real good job. They're going to second down a lot of times. They're keeping them honest by going into the middle, trying a little power football, but they're making the yardage on the ends and on the passing game right now.
Second down and 4 at the Buff 28. Graff with the quick pitch. That's Howard again. He's going to almost break a tackle. Gets down to about the 25-yard line before LaMarcus Muse again in on the stop.
And give Jeff Lindo a little credit on that one, too. Number 72 got a little piece of the action for Baker. But again, it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 2. We'll see whether they go outside again or probably one of those little short passes.
Yeah, this is a short 2. See how much push the Broadmoor line gets.
And you also have to realize it's going to be 2-play situation here. They'd go for it on 4th down.
Backs lined up in the eye. Joey Graff's going to give it to the fullback. Now he's going to keep on the option. Terrific play right there by number 44 Michael Mulkey alongside number 12 Kiefer Bailey. They read the option beautifully. They had that played like a charm.
Outstanding defense that time by Baker. And you are right. And I thought that time the Graff might have wanted to pitch the ball, but he tried to cut back inside, and he paid for it. Lost
probably smart that he didn't pitch the ball. He probably would have turned the ball over.
It's very possible. 4th down for the Buccaneers.
They're going to go ahead and go for it. 4th down and 4, 7 minutes and 10 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. And the biggest play of the game to date. Graff is going to drop back to throw on 4th down and 4. He looks, he sees a receiver. It's Howard open, complete inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. No, they're saying incomplete. Emmanuel Howard dropped it. Vic Rogers jarred it loose. Nice play. Let's watch it again.
See if we can see it.
Graff had plenty of time.
Plenty of time to throw the ball. Watched Howard go across the field. You see it. He's juggling the ball, and the ball pops out. A good call by the Zebras.
Yeah, pretty nice call, and Baker is going to hold.
But I'll tell you what, they had him set up. It was a beautiful play call, and a beautiful, basically he went across the field and was wide open.
We'll get our first look at the Baker offense. The wishbone attack led by senior quarterback James Allen. 6:57 to play here in the first quarter.
5 minutes.
Actually, just a single setback behind Allen here. Allen's going to keep it on first down, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards down the right side. Bring up a 2nd and about 8. Meshach Stevens, among others, in on the stop.
Good defense that time by Broadmoor. Everybody stayed at home, took their assignments. And that's what you do on the bone, is everybody knows that where are you at, where are you at. You have to just be very disciplined on defense. And watch Baker, they'll go run, then all of a sudden throw a pass.
give is up the middle. The first man, that's the fullback.
Joseph Ard made the stop that time for the Buccaneers, but it's a first down.
It was Adrian Crook carrying the football for nice yardage, and a Baker first down. Up about, let's call it their own 40-yard line, 1st and 10. Clock moving, 6:10 to play here in the opening stanza.
Crook and Stacia last week combined had over 100 yards, 117 yards rushing.
A big win over Capital. Crook will pitch it a little bit late. Number 23 on the carry is John Gurin.
We'll see a replay right here. He waited a lot. He got inside the defender, and when you can get inside the initial rush and pitch the ball on the option, you can make big yardage. Nice. And that time they did. Nice tackle that time by Coryell.
Yeah, if Coryell hadn't got him, he might have gone all the way on that one. He had a lot of room down the left sideline. That's good for another Baker first down, as they're marching in a very impressive fashion here on their first possession of the game. They're down to the Broadmoor 46-yard line, 1st and 10. Allen barking out signals at the line. Receiver split to both sides. On the option, the pitch, that's Gurin again. And this time he's going to pick up about 4 before he's tripped up by Joseph Robbins.
So far, everybody's talked about the Baker wishbone. We hadn't seen the bone. They've been running the wing T, but they're still basically the plays are the same, running the option. For those that are familiar with high school football in the area, the last play very similar to what the Santa Maria Gators run.
Yeah. Joseph Robbins in on that stop, the 5'8", 160-pound sophomore, and we've heard great things from everyone we've talked to here at Broadmoor about Robbins. He's just a little dynamo. He's strong as an ox and wiry and a heck of a football player, and just a sophomore. On the option, the pitch, the penalty flag is down, still on his feet.
That's Stacia. Stacia caught the pitch coming from the far side out of the wing formation, but this one's coming back. But that is, you can see the first time he's touched the ball tonight, he is quite a little runner.
Yeah, Dustin Stacia, his first carry, but that one is indeed, as you mentioned, Charles, going to be called back.
Both teams attacking the wings.
Now, you can see a replay of this ball game. If you miss it tonight, any part of it, you want to videotape it, you can catch it on Sunday on the sister station of WGMB. That's WZUP UPN 13. Catch those rebroadcasts Sunday at 8 in the morning, and once again on Sunday at 3:30 in the afternoon. Baker and Broadmoor. Catch it all in its entirety. Catch all 3, heck.
Hey, watch them all. Holding calls it back. Ball put on the Baker 45-yard line. Will bring up a 2nd down in about 18.
What would be worrisome if the outcome was different on one of the rebroadcasts?
There would be.
2nd and long, and the officials are going to throw a flag here. And while they do, let's go down on the sidelines and talk to our sideline reporter extraordinaire, Mr. Chad Melanson, down on the sidelines. Chad, we got you down there?
We'll get to Chad in a second.
Well, as you can tell, it's a hard-hitting contest out here, especially down here on the sidelines. And the series is Baker's winning 16-13-2. So look for a rivalry probably to ensue, and there's some serious hitting. And judging from last year's score, 14-7, we could have a tight ball game all night, John. So enjoy this heavy hitting, and back to you guys.
So 2nd and long. Allen's going to put it up. He's got a receiver on the right sideline. Complete.
Flag.
Flag is down. Touchdown for Baker. Chris Crawford was wide open down the right sideline, but maybe it's how he got open, Charles. Let's see what the penalty flag is. Beautiful throw by James Allen.
You can see the senior experience that time. He just laid the ball up. An outstanding pass and catch and run. We'll see if it counts. It's going to be interference on one or the other back there. And it looks like it's going to be defensive pass interference, and the TD should stand. 55-yard pass play.
Beautiful pass play from Allen to Crawford. That is going to go against Broadmoor. Obviously going to be declined, and Baker jumps out first in this ball game, 6-0. Boy, I'll tell you what, for a running back and a quarterback in a running back's body, James Allen throws a pretty nice football. He's really
talking to Coach Howell before the ball game, and he was talking about being his 4th year and having experience at the skill positions. In the past, they've been a power-oriented team, but his strength this year is a skill position players, not as line. and you can see it right now. He said he was trying to utilize the talents that he has, and you saw it right there.
Jake Lanier on for the point after here. The snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good. With 4:30 remaining here in quarter number 1, Baker jumps out on top of the home team Buccaneers 7-0. You're watching high school football on Fox 44. And welcome back to Broadmoor Field, where the home Bucks trailing Baker 7-0. Want to thank our friends at Domino's Pizza for supplying us with our sustenance here tonight. Here on the kickoff, that's Joseph Robbins, who we were mentioning earlier on defense, number 28, returning it out to about the 33-yard line before he's tripped up by Alan Reed.
And again, we want to thank Domino's Pizza. I think we ate our fair share of everything, and I didn't know they had buffalo wings. That's pretty good stuff.
I went veggie tonight. It was delicious.
Yeah, it was. Felt like I was eating lint again.
Pretty good.
Now let's see what the battling Buccaneers do now. They're going to have to control the clock. They ate over 5 minutes of the clock last time, but were not able to come up with any points, and now they find themselves behind.
Terrific first drive that ended up for naught, but they get the ball back trailing 7-0. 4:21 to play here in the first quarter. On the option, Graff pitch. Manuel Howard's going to be stacked up. He might have picked up a couple before he's dragged down by the free safety, Donald Washington, over on the far side of the field.
And it looks like Baker has made an adjustment there to their defense, as they've been able to, that for the first time in the game, really stuff the outside run. See Coach Howell across the way there. Bob Howell, in his 4th year for the Buffaloes, came to Baker from USL, being one of the assistants over there. And it was USL at the time, folks, so don't get mad at me.
Second down and call it 8 for the Bucks from their own 35-yard line. And Graff's going to throw complete to Donnelly. Beautiful pitch and catch up to the 45-yard line on the slant pattern. Donald Washington with the hit. Pretty nice lick, but not before it's going to be another Broadmoor first down.
We see the replay right here, a short 3-step drop. Looks at him all the way, picks it up, and Coryell makes the catch. And a real nice play and a first down.
Graff had a little mustard on that ball.
He did. Did a real good job. If the one drop pass right now has cost him dearly.
A little mustard on the ball and a little smear by Washington at the end, but not before it's a Broadmoor first down from their own 46-yard lines. Backs in the veer behind Graff. 1st and 10 on the option. The pitch is outside, and that's Robbins, and he's inside Baker territory up to about the 46-yard line. Short of a first down. Donald Washington once again in on the tackle. A nice piece of running by Joseph Robbins. He scooted right around that corner.
And give Meshach Stevens credit for the block that allowed him to scoot around that corner. Did a real good job that time. I thought he was going to be dead meat in the backfield, but his speed got him to the corner with the block from Stevenson and picked up nice yardage.
A lot of speed in that Broadmoor backfield. See how Baker contends with it as the game wears on. 3:05 remaining here in quarter number 1. 7-0. Buffs on top on that beautiful 54-yard pass from James Allen to Chris Crawford down the right sideline. We got a timeout on the field. Hey, we got a big weekend of football on Fox 44 this weekend. You know, it's the first weekend of the NFL season, Charles.
Looking forward to it very much.
What a doubleheader on Fox 44. First of all, the Saints, first game of the season. They're shuffling off to Buffalo to take on the Bills.
And I heard a rumor that you picked them to win, the Saints.
I did pick the Saints to win. I look at it about 16-10 Saints. It's going to be a low-scoring game. Jim Haslett in his return to Buffalo, where he had his glory days as a player.
All-pro.
And then game 2, a terrific matchup. The St. Louis Rams and Philadelphia Eagles, a couple of playoff teams from last year in the NFC, squaring off.
And if the Saints are going to have the good year, you have to figure they're going to be challenged by the Rams, and that's going to be a big game for Saints fans to watch. Everybody's a Saints fan, root for the Eagles.
Well, the NFL pregame on Fox kicks off at 11 a.m. with
another JB,
JB, Jim Brown, Howie.
Isn't that guy? What's that guy?
Bradshaw,
that's the guy from
Chris
Louisiana.
And the boys.
Think they'll get that right yet? They're still practicing, aren't they?
We've got that hydration breakdown right now. 3:03 to go here in quarter number 1. Pretty good ball game thus far. Buffs on top, 7-0.
I thought it was a water break too, but they signaled a timeout for Broadmoor.
Did they? Okay.
So we'll see. They have not taken a water break in this game.
Bucks using their first time out there. Graff over center. Second down and a short 2. Interesting to see what they do here. Runner in motion. Give is to the second man through. Terrence Lowry comes up and makes the tackle.
Howard had the ball that time. Easy situation that time for an offensive coordinator. 2nd and 2. Your team primarily is moving the ball on the outside option, sweeps, and passes. You're not having much luck up the middle. That's a give me down.
Yep.
You have an option. If you get stuffed at the line of scrimmage, you're still at 3rd and 2. So it has a chance to keep the defense honest, and that's what Broadmoor did and picked up some good yardage.
Yep. At that point in the field, maybe even go to 4th down and go for it if you don't make it. Clock moving, closing in on the 2.5-minute mark here of the first quarter. Broadmoor's been lethal between the 30s, but came up short on their other drive. That's a broken play on the option. Graff is going to keep it wisely. Maybe a face mask late on Graff, on one of the Baker defenders. D'Angelo Butler came up the right side defensive end for Baker to make the stop, and let's sort this one out, see what the hanky's all about, Charles.
Yeah, Graff looks out that time to have a hold against Broadmoor. Graff that time looked up and found out he was all alone. He thought he was supposed to have some help, and he didn't.
He must have thought he telegraphed that one.
Well, looks like we're going to be coming up with a 1st and 20 here.
Yeah. A lot of real estate to go here. 1st and Old Hammond for Broadmoor from, call it their own 49.
Good line. I like that.
Nice night for football. The rain sprinkled on us a little bit in pregame, but it's stayed away so far. Even see a little bit of blue sky out there still as the sun sets.
Still setting in the west, isn't it?
From the eye, Graff's going to throw. He's looking deep. He's got a man. That's Donnelly down around the 25, and it's going to be intercepted. Randy Williams and Kevin Donnelly went up for the ball at the same time, and he just stole it away from Donnelly.
Yeah, Williams made a real nice play. Threw into double coverage that time, and Donnelly had no chance whatsoever. Tried to catch it. I thought he was going to catch it for a second.
Yeah, it looked like he had it. He lost
but
it.
Deflected it in the air, and that's when Williams came down with it. Real good camera work, guys.
Well, Broadmoor once again moves into the Buffalo territory. The Baker defense with a takeaway, literally there.
Yep.
A minute 53 to go here in quarter number 1.
Did you see the
they get the ball back?
See the play last week against Tulane where Michael Clayton, where they threw the ball into double coverage, went up like a basketball player and just batted the ball away?
Is he an athlete?
Woo, talk about shit.
Man. Allen over center, 1st and 10 for the Buffs. Give us to the fullback, still on his feet, up to close to the 40-yard line.
Stevens made the stop that time.
That was Adrian Crook, the big fullback.
Crook, Stacia, Allen, whichever one has it, they do something with it.
Call it 2nd down and about 2 for the Buffaloes from their own 39-yard line. That double wing again. Give us again to Crook, and he's going to have a 1st down up to about the 45-yard line.
Real good job that time up the middle. Emmanuel Howard brings him down. 1-1-1 on the scoreboard for time remaining. 7-0 our score.
Well, Broadmoor, with their depleted numbers, cannot play the game where they let Baker dominate this time of possession thing. The Buffs will just wear them down like they did Capital last week.
And Broadmoor, their drives have been stopped with 2 mistakes, a drop pass and then the interception. They've been able to move the ball.
1st and 10. Allen gives to Crook this time, and not much doing there. Abednego Stevens on the stop.
One of the things that you're noticing Allen doing running that triple option is anytime the defensive line is getting penetration into the backfield, he's handing the ball off. He knows that the fullback will either break the line or get stopped for no gain, because if he pulls the ball out, he's going to get sacked, and he knows it. Tell he's a senior.
Looking down the Baker roster, number 74, a sophomore lineman, Milton Bradley. Milton Bradley, he's got game, huh?
I would hope so. I would hope so. Leave it to you, Bert.
Last play of the quarter, Allen with the pitch to Dustin Stacia up the right sideline. 1st down and then some into Broadmoor territory. 1st down. Stacia finally hauled down by Emmanuel Howard, but the Buffs stampeding their way.
So we'll see the replay right here as he hits Goes to the right, just outruns everybody. Breaks the tackle there.
Nice
strikes down the line and picks up great yardage. And that's the end of the quarter.
We come to the end of our first quarter of play here with the score, Baker 7 and Broadmoor nothing. You are watching the high school football game of the week on Fox 44. Louisiana Football Magazine, and I got to tell you, for the high school football season just beginning here in its infancy in week 2, this is a must-have.
You want to know what's going on around the state of Louisiana in high school football? Lieber Keene has done an outstanding job. His 7th year of Louisiana Football Magazine, and you get the ins and outs of what's going on in high school like no other source that I know of in the state.
You can log on to www.louisianafootballmagazine.com, or you can pick that magazine up at Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Jet 24, Cracker Barrel, One Stop Texaco, and other fine establishments.
That's a good way to start the second quarter.
Baker rolling up the yardage.
30-yard scamper up the middle that time by James Allen.
Joseph Robbins hauled him down, saved the touchdown.
Again,
Tishire Williams also in on the stop.
Defense over pursuit. Allen saw it, cut it back up in a hole, and just streaked for the goal line and tackled 30 yards down the field. Right now, this is Baker's game. They are dominating. Broadmoor has made mistakes, and they can't afford them right now on offense. They've got to be able to put points on the board to keep up with the Baker Buffaloes. Baker
moving the ball very easily on their second possession. They move in towards the goal line. First and goal.
Fumble.
Ball is on the ground. Penalty flag is down. Was that just to mark the ball?
It's the beanbag. We'll see it right here. And it looked like Baker got it.
Buffs get the ball back.
That's one way you can tell a fumble is you see the beanbag come out of the pocket to mark the possession.
Montrell Dennis was forced that fumble loose. But Baker gets it back. It'll be second and goal at the Broadmoor 5-yard line. Crunch time for the Broadmoor defense right here. They could use a stop.
They are outmanned on the line of scrimmage.
From the wishbone. Penalty flag is going to be thrown. Whistle dead, and, well, Baker did that one to themselves. Broadmoor can use some help right here, and they get it. Marching back 5 yards in the other direction.
Bring up second attempt. Be interesting to see how Coach Howell and the Buffaloes handle this situation, whether they try to continue the power game for a couple of downs, or whether they try something a little finesse, maybe go to the passing game. I think pass right here. Let's see if I'm right.
I think you might be right. I'm going to guess with you. 10:50 remaining here in the second quarter. 7-0 Baker.
Guerin had a couple of touchdown receptions last week for the Buffaloes. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that was last year. They relied so heavily on the run. We were talking to Bob Howell, and you know, they got a little lucky. I mean, last year they were just missing a lot on those passes, and this year they're hooking up. So far, after 1 week, they had 2 touchdown passes in the win over Capital. You're right. Allen is going to throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. Picked off by number 12.
Flag on the play.
Paul Coryell.
See what the flag is. It's on the 3-yard line. Overthrew his receiver that time, and Coryell was there.
Boy, the Broadmoor defense needed a big play, and they get it right there. But let's wait and see what the flag is. Allen throws it up, and it's offensive pass.
We'll see it right here. A real nice play as he picks it off in the end zone. And the Buccaneers make the stop.
Stacia the intended target, but Broadmoor's going to get the ball. First down and 10.
Both teams have moved the football, but we've only had 1 touchdown so far.
That was a big turnaround right there. Baker knocking on the door from the 5-yard line. They get the penalty, then the interception.
Well, but you and I were both right on our guess.
Yep, sure was. That's why they pay us the big bucks.
I like that expense account thing you told me about tonight.
Yeah. Graff with the pitch. Fumble, and it's going to go right back to Baker. Manuel Howard on the carry, and Danny Cooper is going to fall on the ball.
Big guy, 62. We don't have heights and weights for Baker, but do you look at these guys, you look at the close-ups on the line of scrimmage, they got some beef up there.
Coop with the scoop. Baker's going to get it right back. They are still at the 20-yard line, so they still have terrific field position. The Broadmoor defense, after being out on the field for a while, has to go right back out once again. They look a little fatigued.
Well, they had a chance there, but it was a big, big mistake.
Double wing formation. Allen with the give up the middle. Adrian Crook's going to be hauled down by Montrell Dennis.
71. Those guys are huge. 60. He's a little slender. 65.
Montrell Dennis, the linebacker, all 5'8", 173 pounds of him.
Now, it's one thing about a Rusty Price coach team. They might be undermanned a lot of times, but they'll stick it to you. There's no question about that.
When you're a linebacker and you're going $173, you're going to be outmanned at just about any level.
You have to like the game to play that.
Second down and the give up the middle to Crook.
First down.
And he's got first down yardage. Joseph Robbins hauled him down. But
Buffalo's taking advantage of that beef on that play. And you can look for them to power the ball up the middle here. Let's see how they play it.
First down and goal from, we'll call it the 6-yard line.
65, Amon Harris. 66, Tyler Kendrick. Whew.
A lot of beef on those Buffs. 9:20 remaining here in the second quarter. Brook again, punishing down. That's Dustin Stacia, rather.
A little counterplay that time. Tried a little trickery, didn't work. Broadmoor stayed at home.
Montrell Dennis again in on the tackle. Not much of a game there, however. Call it second and about 5 yards to pay dirt.
Do not have a play clock here at Broadmoor Field.
Second down and penalty flags are down.
Broadmoor jumped. See if they were drawn or not. With a dead ball foul. Can I get on my soapbox again about that rule? I don't like it. I mean, I really don't, because it extends the game too long.
I agree.
That's a false start, and that should be called. But a neutral zone violation, I don't think should be a dead ball foul.
Hey, fans of The Simpsons, you like The Simpsons, Charles?
Homer is one of my heroes.
He is. Bart, the whole family is. I model my family after The Simpsons.
I noticed that.
You can see The Simpsons again at 6 o'clock every weeknight, 5 times a week, starting September 17th. Also, King of the Hill in syndication for the first time from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. A terrific hour of comedy on Fox 44 coming up starting September 17th.
Your kids are like Lisa, aren't they? Real smart.
Yes, absolutely. Second and goal. Allen's going to roll. He's going to be caught from behind.
Great tackle.
He may have gotten hurt a little bit there.
Number 42, Lawrence Jordan, made a stop that time for the Buccaneers and pull that knee back underneath him.
That looked painful, and that has got to concern Bob Howell. Allen wrenched his knee or his ankle there, and he is down on the field.
Guys, can I ask a favor? See if we can get another view of that again, if we could show that again, and watch that leg keel back underneath him, because you see him right now in pain.
That is a huge loss for Coach Bob Howell. That's his general on the field right there.
You'll see it right here as he's rolling out.
Got a little face mask, too.
Watch that left leg.
His ankle and his...
Oh, that's stretched out. You have to think some ligaments are involved there. That ain't pretty.
Wow.
And you could see the Baker season line on the field right here.
Well, I'll tell you what, while James Allen is down on the field, let's take a break right here. 8:10 remaining in the second quarter. Baker leading Broadmoor by a score of 7-0. Watching the high school football game of the week on Fox 44. I thank another one of our terrific sponsors. They're called the Monogram Warehouse. You may have seen the nice blue button-down shirts with the Fox 44 logo that we were wearing at the open of the game. Well,
still wearing them, too.
Yeah, sure are. Please don't go shirtless on me, Charles. But back to school time means new sports attire. That means a visit to Monogram Warehouse. Shop a complete line of athletic apparel for kids, adults, even ladies. Monogram stocks all sizes and styles. So for little ones, high school, college, mom and dad, even for corporate wear, the Monogram Warehouse, also officially licensed LSU and Southern merchandise. And Charles, tell us about the kickoff while I was plugging on one of our fine
Montrell Dennis caught the ball on the 15-yard line, got it back up to the 32-yard line, and bring up a 1st and 10 that time.
By the way, the Monogram Warehouse is located on Perkins Road, just east of Seagan. Nice people over there. Mona will do you right. First and 10 for Broadmoor. And Michael Mulkey in on the stop on that first down carry. Joseph Robbins, the carrier.
The Baker band playing across the way, have a lot to play tonight. They you know the way these high schools emulate college teams and stuff? They are emulating one of my all-time favorite fight songs, the Texas A&M War Hymn. That's what their fight song is like, and I enjoyed that.
That just exudes college football right there, that song. On the option, Graff with the pitch to Robbins. Around the right side, he's going to be stacked up after a short gain by Donald Washington. He's having a big game from his free safety position. Maybe a pickup of 1 by Robbins.
Trivia question for the evening. You know when that song was written and how it was written? Circumstances?
I'm going to guess World War I.
You are correct. It was written by an Aggie in a foxhole in France in World War I as he was thinking about home.
Wow. You never cease to amaze me, Mr. Barbary. 3rd down and 5 for Broadmoor, and they really could use a nice long drive here. Keep that defense off the field for a little while, give them a break, and also put some points on the board. 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Graff's going to throw on 3rd and 5, and he's got a man on the right side. Outstretched. Donnelly, or was that Donnelly or Coryell?
That's Coryell, number 12. He extended himself. You can't ask for much more than that. Just off his fingertips, he did everything he could to catch that football. He was parallel to the ground, but could not come up with it.
Randy Williams on the coverage. That was the same duel that they had, same players involved on the interception when Williams stole it away from Coryell.
Except there was no double coverage this time.
No, this is true. This is true. So Broadmoor once again with 5:56 remaining in the half is going to have to give the ball up and punt it away. Normal punter we mentioned is out of the game right now. Not a bad punt. Ball's fielded at about the 31. Still on his feet. DeMarcus Dunn, and he might go all the way. He's just got the punter to beat.
68 yards that on
I'm sorry, Chris Crawford, number 1, and that is a punt return of 68 yards for a touchdown by Chris Crawford. Wow.
Brett Perricani is the punter, punted the ball, got it to the 32, and the wall was set on the near sideline, and Crawford scores his 2nd touchdown of the night. And with 5:37 to go in a half right now, the Aggie War Hymn is being played a lot over on the Baker side.
Man, that could be a death knell for Broadmoor here in the 2nd quarter. A punt return for touchdown of 69 yards by Chris Crawford. He showed some speed there.
Did a very good
serious
job.
Wheels on him. Kick is up and good. Jake Lanier adds the icing, and with 5:37 to play, we're going to keep it right here. 21-0. Baker out in front of the host Broadmoor Bucks. And
all I can tell you from what I've seen so far, John, there are a lot of 5A teams in this parish right now that are very happy Baker went down to 4A. Because they are a very, very strong football team and seems to have it pretty well put together. Broadmoor is doing well. They just made key mistakes at bad times. They could very easily have a couple of touchdowns here. They've been able to move the ball on Baker, but have just made the big mistake at the wrong time. And you can see right now, this could get ugly as the game goes along because Baker outmans Broadmoor so much. But we'll see. Rusty Price's teams, they don't give up.
No, this has got to be a wake-up call for Rusty Price's squad after they waltzed past the Lee Rebels in week 1 in very easy fashion. They find themselves down 21-0 at home midway through the 2nd quarter.
As we see a worried look on Rusty's face as he walks away from our camera to talk to some of his players.
You know, when I talked to Rusty initially a couple weeks back, you know, he said Baker scared him. He said they were loaded, and you can see why. You've heard the phrase speed kills. It's killed tonight.
No question.
A couple of big plays by the Buffs.
Tell you what, I don't know what it is about the northern part of the parish, but I'm very impressed with the band from Baker tonight. I went to a game last night at Memorial between Sullivan and Zachary, and I have to compliment the Zachary band. That is one of the finest high school bands I've seen in East Baton Rouge Parish in a long, long time. They had an outstanding performance at halftime, and compliment to Zachary. Baker's putting on a show over there in the stands right now. They have something to yell about.
Well, once again, kickoff time here.
Our man, Mr. Muse, getting his leg worn out.
LaMarcus Muse is being inspired here tonight with lots of kickoffs. Fielded by Robbins at his 15. Still on his feet. And he's up to about the 34-yard line. A penalty flag.
On there.
See, that's exactly what Baker doesn't need. Hey, let's go down to our Chad Melanson is down on the sidelines. Chad, what do you have for us down there?
Thanks, John. We're here with Tim Godin right here, and if you could let us know about how you keep this field in such good shape, looking like Tiger Stadium out here.
Well, it takes a little bit of work. We got a couple of kids that help us, and you know, we were lucky with the weather this week, with the rain. We got one good rain on Monday, and other than that, you know, we've been lucky.
Well,
dodged the showers.
Can you tell us a little bit else about your job here? You're the PE coach slash trainer slash groundskeeper.
I do a little bit of everything. Been here for 23 years, athletic trainer, taking care of the kids.
Right. Well, you do an excellent job, Tim, and thanks a lot.
All right.
Thanks, John.
First down and 10 for Broadmoor, and give up the middle for short yardage. Michael Mulkey in on the stop, along with D'Angelo Butler. And boy, this field is beautiful, especially compared to what we were dealing with last week, Charles.
Yeah, I agree. They've done an outstanding job. They played a couple of JV games on it so far this year, but I mean, just walking out on it. I was talking last week at Olympia. I felt like I was at a rice paddy hunting ducks. Tonight, I feel like I'm at Pebble Beach. This is beautiful.
We've really had virtually the same amount of rain this week as we had last week, but this field in terrific shape. Tim Gunn, a trainer. He's a groundskeeper. He's
maybe Brett could come over here and take some lessons.
Yeah, he wears a lot of hats here. Does his job very well.
Shotgun for the first time.
Second down and 8. Graf's going to roll. He's going to throw. He's got a man on the right sideline. He's going to overthrow him. Incomplete. Pass intended down there for number 14. That's Meshach Stevens. Randy Williams once again in on the coverage.
You can see a little desperation settling in right now for Broadmoor. First time in a shotgun roll. Threw the ball up for grabs. Not really any chance to catch that one. 3rd and 8. We got 4:39 to play here in the half, and right now the game belongs to the Buffaloes.
Yep, 21 zip. 4:39 to play here in the first quarter. 3rd down and a long situation. 8 yards to go for Broadmoor. Graf's going to drop back in the shotgun. Trip wide receivers to the right. Snap, and he's going to try a naked bootleg run. Nothing doing whatsoever. LaMarcus Muse is going to tackle him for a loss.
Looks like that time there might have been a handoff on a little draw play or maybe a little shovel pass, but it was the snap was high and the timing got thrown off completely on that play. Hey, I mentioned I was at Bishop Sullivan-Zachary game last night. I'd like to compliment Tut Mushmek on his first victory as football coach over at Sullivan. And congratulations to the Warriors on their W.
A couple of shutouts posted on Thursday Night Football. A couple of teams very impressive, both Bishop Sullivan and Terra marking big wins. Terra looks pretty good.
Terra looks pretty good. The defense especially. They haven't given up a point this year.
On the punt, they're
and the ball is down right there by Justin Gray.
James Moncrief downed that football. They're not going to let Chris Crawford have another shot at returning one on him, obviously.
You know, if I had to get the right roster, I would have gotten the right player on that. I was looking at Baker, 17. I mean, close.
Well, we still have 3:52 to play here in
Broadmoor has to make a stop right here.
Yeah, it's you can't fall behind by any more than you already are and still have a shot at winning it in the second half. The defense has got to be weary because they've been out there a whole lot, particularly in this second quarter. DeMarcus Dunn at quarterback.
An effective play that time, John, but you could tell a little inexperienced. Dunn, he didn't know whether to hand the ball off or not. It looks like they were dancing for a couple of minutes, but they made good yardage.
Jimmy Fontenot, among others, in on the stop for Broadmoor.
See the Broadmoor cheerleaders there. Marcus Dunn coming in for James Allen, who was hurt earlier this quarter. Junior quarterback here. Keeps the ball.
Dunn on the keeper is going to be brought down by Ray Vistahovich on the tackle.
That's why you're announcing.
And it's going to be good for a first down with 3:09 to play in the half. Baker dominating right now, a 3-touchdown lead over the host Bucks. Don't see Rusty Price losing at home like this in the first half too often.
No, I don't. As we hear the Broadmoor band playing behind us down in the end zone.
Penalty flags are down on the field. Might have a motion call.
We'll see whether this. 21-0 first half. Broadmoor took the opening kickoff, had a chance, dropped a pass deep in Baker territory on fourth down, and since then, the Buffaloes have pretty much controlled the ball game. This is going against the Buffs.
You know, we got the big fall lineup coming out on Fox 44. One of these new shows, neat concept show, Charles, is called 24.
24. Explain that one to me.
Well, Kiefer Sutherland is starring in it. He's one of these CIA, FBI special agent types, and the show is going to be shot in real time, meaning there's going to be 24 episodes, and they're all each going to be 1 hour long. The whole season is going to take one full day.
Okay, and this guy's live. Okay.
It's going to be. Let's just hope it doesn't get canceled at 10 in the morning. First and 15 for the Buffs. On the option,
nice
done
pitch.
with the pitch. Still on his feet. This could be trouble. Tripped up. Paul Coryell saved a touchdown right there, but that was number 23, John Gurin. Just another one of the speed merchants in that Baker fleet.
.214, clock stop, first and 10. Ball on the 43-yard line.
They move the sticks as the ball goes out of bounds. Stop the clock. 2:14 to play here in this first half. And Bob Howell, you hate to kick a dog when it's down, but in high school football, it's, you know, you
give me a break.
You're playing a Rusty Price coach team on the road. You want all the help you can get. They'd love to put another score in here in the first half.
Baker's looking very, very strong right now, playing solid defense. They're moving the ball on the wings. They're moving the ball up the middle. They're running options. They're running counters. They're passing the ball very well. Scored on a 55-yard pass play earlier in the game.
Second down and call it 8 from their own 45-yard line.
And special teams ain't too shabby either as they return to punt.
No, the Buffaloes are certainly clicking on all cylinders here in the first half. Penalty flag down once again. The ball dropped, but well after the whistle blew.
Dead ball foul. Illegal procedure.
And they're going to march him back 5 more yards. You know, Broadmoor doesn't hate to see that.
No.
92 ticks here in the first half.
Second down and about 14 now.
Clock moving once again.
The battling Buccaneers of Broadmoor have to stop the Baker Buffaloes here.
A little alliteration by Charles Barbary.
What does that mean? That's a big word.
It's one of those things where you throw all those consonant sounds that sound alike together. Battling Broadmoor Buccaneers.
Okay.
On the option, done with the pitch. The fumble. And Broadmoor gets it back. A huge, huge, huge turn of events there. Broadmoor needed that in a bad way. Ray Mistahovich is going to fall on the loose ball down about the Baker 31-yard line, and Broadmoor gets the football back.
Dunn tried a blind pitch that time. Pitched it a little high. Back cannot hold it. And Broadmoor has the break they have been looking for. With the ball on a 31-yard line and 1 minute even to make some points here.
Exactly 1 minute to play here in the first half. Trailing 21-0. Let's see what sort of tricks Graff and Coach Price have up their sleeves here as they try to move in for a score.
Double wideouts to the right.
First and 10, and Graff's going to pass. He's got some time. He throws on the right sideline. It is
It was caught.
It is caught.
And the clock stops on a first down.
Paul Coryell on the catch. Is it going to be good for a first down?
Yeah, Coryell got a break that time, and then he did get across the line, gets the first down. They should have gone out of bounds. But they stopped the clock, and Broadmoor better hustle back up with 50 seconds to go.
Just 10 seconds ticked off the clock, and the Bucks 20 yards away from their first score of the game. Clock starts up once again. 44 seconds to play. They get up to the line quickly. A pair of receivers split to the near side of the field. Graff over center. First and 10. He's going to roll to his left this time. He's got some time. He's got some protection. Now he's under pressure. He's going to throw this one away. Incomplete. He had a receiver out there. That was number 17, James Moncrief. A penalty flag is down.
30 seconds to
D'Angelo
play.
Butler hit Graff a little bit late, it appears.
No, they called a hold on Broadmoor.
Wow. And it's first down and long for Broadmoor after the holding penalty from their own 35. Halfback pass, and it's going to be overthrown and picked off. Almost should have let that one go, perhaps, but down around the 2-yard line. It's intercepted by Vic Rogers, the senior cornerback. Read that one like a book. Double coverage. They overthrew in double coverage. And,
yeah, that didn't fool anybody.
No.
And with 20 seconds to go, Broadmoor misses their opportunity to put points on the board with the penalty and now the interception. All Baker has to do is run the ball up the middle one time, and we go to the halftime.
The halfback pass, incapable of bluffing the Buffs. 20 seconds to play here in the first half. 21-0 in favor of Baker, and you got to think they'll just take a knee at this point, deep in their own territory. Very frustrated Joey Graff on the sidelines.
Well, Joseph Robbins is the one that threw the pass on the halfback option that time.
And indeed, they just plunge it into the line here, and that is going to be the final play, I believe, of our half. The clock ticks down to 10.
Not showing any signs.
Broadmoor student body getting a little restless, wanting their team to score some points. Unable to do so yet. And that is the end of the first half. It's been all Baker so far. Offense, special teams, and defense. They look terrific. The Buffs leading the host Broadmoor Buccaneers at the break, 21-0. You are watching the high school football game of the week on WGMB Fox 44. Welcome back to Broadmoor Stadium, where Baker's on top of the host Bucks, 21-0. And let's go down on the sidelines with our Chad Malone. Chad?
It's John Scholes. Join us today at halftime. We have Tommy Fugarino, the defensive line coach at Baker High School. Tell us, Tommy, what do you think about your first half play on the D-line?
I thought they played hard. I thought Broadmoor came out the first 2 possessions and really got after us. And we tried to get them pumped up, and I think they've responded. We got to play better in the second half.
Yeah, y'all are looking real tough on the line. I see a lot of hard hitting. Do you have any prospects or a couple of guys that in particular look to play well tonight?
So Jeff Lindo, number 72, he's our mainstay, and number 33, D'Angelo Butler. They've 3-year starters for us, so we count on them a lot this year.
3-year starters, you can count on good leadership with that group, and thanks, Tommy, for joining me, and back to you, John.
Hey, thanks very much, Chad. Once again, 21-0, Baker out in front of Broadmoor at the first half, and the Baker band on the field right now. They're looking very sharp and styling in their black, red, and white uniforms, and also elated with their with their team Baker. They have played a terrific ball game, Charles. The one downside for Baker, of course, the injury, and we're still trying to get a report on senior quarterback James Allen.
Yeah, hopefully Allen will not hurt. It looked to be very nasty when it happened, but he was able to hobble off the field under his own power, which was a good sign. And hopefully Allen will be able to come. But you got to give Dunn a lot of credit. Dunn has come over and taken over for him in the second quarter and has done a very good job.
Yeah, definitely able to plug those holes, but so much speed in that Baker backfield, and all the skill people really, with Chris Crawford scoring 2 touchdowns, one on a long 55-yard pass reception, the other on the long 69-yard punt return. Then, of course, DeMarcus Dunn taking over at quarterback very nicely for James Allen. The backfield guys like Stacia and Crook and Kieran also. I mean, just a lot of weapons Baker's showing right now. Broadmoor unable to counter, and as a result, they're trailing by 3
the
scores.
Buccaneers had their chance on the opening drive on 4th down. They had a pass drop down inside the 5-yard line that would have set them up in easy scoring position. But since then, Baker's basically dominated the ball game, and Broadmoor's had a couple of chances, like right at the end there, to pick up some points when they recovered a fumble on the 31-yard line with 2 minutes to go, but were not able to capitalize on it.
A couple of big turnovers. The other one was that big takeaway we mentioned, the interception. A terrific play right there by Randy Williams, who went up with Paul Coryell, one of the fine Broadmoor receivers, and Coryell sort of bobbled it in the air and just stolen right away by Randy Williams. Just sheer athleticism.
Yeah, real nice play. You're seeing some good athleticism on this field tonight, John, by both teams. Emmanuel Howard has made some real nice plays on both sides of the ball for the Buccaneers. You've seen what Allen could do before he got hurt. Coryell has made some nice plays. And Crawford, you've seen some real nice things. Stacia made a real nice run one time, too. So a lot of athleticism, the skill position players. But right now, I really think the big difference in this ball game is the line of Baker. It's out manning the line at Broadmoor.
Yeah, Broadmoor, I mean, usually while they're thin in numbers, they're also just very thin in size this year as well. They just don't have the big beef up front like they usually do.
Well, again, only 28 players dressing out on the varsity, and Rusty Price faces this every year. Broadmoor will battle you all the way. You just ask Santamar what happened last year with them.
Right.
But Broadmoor is always in a ball game. They're always play hard. But the bottom line is they just don't have the numbers.
Hey, if you're just joining us and you want to catch the whole game, see how Baker dominated in that first half, you can catch this game again twice on Sunday on the sister station of WGMB Fox 44. That would be WZUP UPN Cable 13 here in Baton Rouge. Those rebroadcasts will air Sunday at 8 in the morning. You can catch it once again at 3:30. That's if you can take Charles and I 2 more times, and hey, why not?
I was about to say, you are desperate. But I tell you what, let's talk a little bit about the district right now, especially in the 4A district, which is District 6 that Baker is in right now. They also have Bel Air, which really hasn't shown anything up to this point in time. You have Live Oak, which ain't too swift. Walker has a down year. I saw Zachary play last night, and Sullivan dominated them, which was really kind of surprising to me. But that leaves you to Glen Oaks Panthers. And Glen Oaks right now, with Michael Artigo as coach, is a team that's going to be reckoned with. And you're going to be looking for a heck of a duel between Baker and Glen Oaks as we go down the wire for this district title.
Well, for Broadmoor, the road does not get any easier because next week they've got those Glen Oaks Panthers.
And that's probably which means it's probably going to be played at Memorial.
Yeah.
Which means it's going to, that game next week, early in the season, first district game for both teams, is probably going to decide the district title. You have to think right off. A fairly weak district on paper. And see what happens next week. That should be a whale of a football game.
Meanwhile, next week, Baker has to go down to the Bayou. They go down to Central Lafourche. Well, while the Baker band takes a little pause in their step right there, why don't we take another break right here? You are watching High School Football Game of the Week on WGMB Fox 44. Welcome back to Buccaneer Field. John Burke and Charles Barbary with you here. And we are at the half. And Baker on top of Broadmoor. Somewhat surprising fashion, Charles, by a score of 21-0.
Yeah, I agree. It is a little surprising. I thought it'd be a lot closer ball game than we're seeing right now as we see some of the Broadmoor dance squad. And, big plays in the game. I mean, the first pass play was 55 yards to Crawford. A beautiful throw by Allen before he gets hurt. And right on in stride, Crawford catches the ball, goes in for the touchdown, 7-0. Then they get down, march the field, and Stacia brings it in from short yardage. And then you have the big punt return that really breaks the game open at this point in time. Broadmoor has an opportunity right before halftime with 2 minutes to go, recovering a fumble on a 31. Couldn't do anything with it.
Well, James Allen was carted off during this half on a stretcher and left the field. We will not see him again tonight.
Doesn't sound like you're going to see him the rest of the season.
Yeah, quite possibly. Quite possibly. He did walk off on his own power, limping noticeably, but still, nevertheless, that doesn't mean something's not torn.
And if he can't come back for Baker, and I made the comment that could be their season line on the field, from what I've seen from Dunn right now, he looks to be a very capable of replacement. And you still have Stacia and Cook. And see what happens. I think it might have been a little overstatement. Dunn looks like he's playing pretty good, but again, he's not a senior like Allen was, and that could be devastating. You can't get a red shirt here, Kenny.
Nope. Recap the scoring once again. Baker jumped out first in the first quarter with a 55-yard touchdown pass from James Allen to Chris Crawford. Then in the second quarter, it was Dustin Stacia with a short touchdown run from 2 yards out. And then finally in the second quarter there, to make it 21-0, Chris Crawford with the 69-yard punt return And that's where we're at, 21-0, Baker over Broadmoor.
And I'll tell you what, a lot nicer weather tonight than we've had in a long, long time. Actually feels a little cool up here. So I guess the air conditioning has something to do with it. But nice weather conditions tonight.
Well, Bob Howell is now, as we mentioned, starting his 4th year here at Baker. His current record, 23-13 in the 3 years plus. That's a good start.
Oh, I think Baker's has been one of the unsung hero schools around here that nobody really pays any attention to. You hear about Southern Lab, you hear about Catholic High, Parkview, Christian Life, but Baker's just been kind of a blue-collar school. They just go about, do their thing, and year in and year out, they're either first or second in their district the last couple of years. They play quality opponents. They played West Monroe the 2 previous years, and they played them fairly strong and going up there both times. And you see some other teams coming in here. You have teams from New Orleans that come up to Baker and have all kind of trouble.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Baker and Bob Howell, they have put together quite a program that's really an unsung program here in East Baton Rouge Parish. And as we just talked about before the break, at the beginning of halftime, that you have to look at the game next week with the Glen Oaks Panthers and Coach Michael Ortego, and you have to think that the winner of that game will have the inside track for the district title.
You would certainly think so. And Baker's just done some terrific scheduling. They next week they're going to Central Lafourche, and another tough
Bobby
game
Hebert's
to
not
prepare
there
for
anymore.
another tough game though to prepare for the upcoming district play. Broadmoor, Rusty Price, we mentioned, this is his 18th season. Unbelievable.
Well, you know it is, and one of the things that I like about high school football so much is it still has a lot of the naivete and the purity of football in it. It's not being corrupted like the college game and the pro games are with money. But that stuff is sneaking into high school football, where even administrators want you to win all the time. And if you don't in a reasonable amount of time, sometimes the head coach is gone, even in this day and age. And Rusty's been around here at a public school in East Baton Rouge Parish and has made them competitive year in and year out with very, very few resources.
Well, that career record right now after a win last week stands at 128-74. Doesn't look at this point as though 129 will come tonight. However, stranger things have happened.
Rusty looks like he's in a good mood as we see him talking to the Zebras over there in the end zone and laughing about something as the team behind him stretches out, gets ready for the second half. Coaching staff getting ready to go back in their cubicles and call some plays. And we're about ready for the kickoff.
We are getting, close to Broadmoor, still gathered around underneath the goalpost there on the north end of the stadium here at Buccaneer Field. There's a dad and a boy playing drums on the top of his head.
Yeah, I like that. He's going to be, obviously, we were talking off camera a little bit about how the band programs in East Baton Rouge Parish have picked up so much. And you can see it right there. A young man looks like he's going to be a future drummer.
We got a terrific ball game next week. We're heading down into some stomping grounds you're very familiar with.
Go to the dog yard.
Down to Lutcher.
Tim Detillier and Lutcher Dogs. And Lutcher ranks, I think, 5th in the state this week in AAA.
Yeah, and
EA is playing tremendous football right now.
Billy Beasley's got him a pretty good team this year. I didn't realize his offensive coordinator from the past several years, former LSU quarterback Robbie Mahfouz, is now over at Santa Monica.
I didn't know he had transferred either.
Yeah.
I had not heard that a little bit. Future games that we see right there, Central and Terra. I'm going to miss that ball game. I'm sorry.
That's going to be a good one. Ryan Lewis is, from everything we've heard and read about, is the best quarterback in this area, maybe in the state this year. And Terra with a great 2-0 start.
Terra, the thing about Terra is they haven't given up a point.
That's
they
right.
beat Sullivan 21-0 and then shut out their opponent last night. So they're not scored on right now. And Terra looks like, with Coach Prescott, looks like they're going to have a pretty good season.
Yeah, they blanked Bel Air in week 2, and then you saw week 5 of the season. We've got a great matchup. A couple teams that have never played, Southern Lab and Redemptorist.
Yeah, I think that is really good, too. Redemptorist gets skunked by EA last week. And if we comment on this last week, without being penalized now by playing a classification school lower than you, you got some real interesting matchups that have been taking place, Redemptorist Southern Lab being one of them.
Yeah, the Kittens and the Wolves right in each other's backyard right there, playing at Magella Field, the big house.
Yes.
That should be a very, very good ball game in week 5, and we are just about set to kick off. Broadmoor.
Actually, it's the Rock. Michigan's the big house.
Well, I've heard it. Well, okay, I'll go with you there. 21-0 at the half. And the kick is going to be fielded fairly short. Emmanuel Howard
Pick it up.
There is a fumble, and there goes Dunn. Well, that's Chris Crawford. He's going to go, oh my goodness, he is going to go all the way in for the touchdown. Chris Crawford with his 3rd score of the night, and he just virtually came out of nowhere.
See the play right there. He takes the ball on the 30-yard line, gets up to about the 40. The ball pops loose.
That's Ivan Barber.
And right to Crawford, you see him scoop it up, and down the sideline he goes. And the Aggie war hymn is being played again.
Well, when it rains, it pours, and if it wasn't for bad luck, Broadmoor wouldn't have any luck at all. The ball bounces right into the hands of maybe the fastest player on the field in Chris Crawford, who converts his 3rd touchdown of the night. And go ahead, Charles.
I was just going to say, they tell me it's not a long way from the penthouse to the outhouse. Very similar to what Broadmoor did to Lee last week in the first half, where they led 41-0 on a lot of these type of plays.
Jake Lanier getting quite a run as the point after man here tonight for Baker. Kicks his 4th of the night. Actually, was that one good or no good?
It was no good.
Well, let's take a break right here. And with the score, Baker 28, Broadmoor nothing. You are watching the high school football game of the week on WGMB Fox 44. Of course, putting that point after to lead 28-0. Want to once again thank our friends at Louisiana Football Magazine for their sponsorship. Lee Burkeen and his staff do a terrific job in covering the ins and outs of every high school and college football team in this state. Pick it up at Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Jet 24s, Cracker Barrels, and other fine stores. And not much on the kickoff right there. James Moncrief is going to be nailed by Cedric Spruill. And Broadmoor is going to take over about their own 20-yard line.
He only gets a 12-yard return on the play that time. And right now, I mean, it takes 15 seconds to run a kickoff back on a fluke fumble play that goes Baker's way, and they are dominating the game right now. And you see the numbers that Baker has, and you have to think Coach Powell's going to be playing some substitutes as we go along now.
Well, he certainly doesn't want to get anybody else hurt like Allen got hurt earlier. 11:37 to play here in the 3rd quarter. We're very early on in this 3rd quarter. Broadmoor trying to dig itself out of a 28-0 hole. From the eye, Graff is going to give it inside to Joseph Robbins. He's going to pick up about 4 yards before he's brought down.
Broadmoor just trying to establish something right there. Just running the ball. Robbins, first carry of the night, I believe.
He's had a couple. Little sophomore, but he's got a big heart, and he's going to be a good player for a couple of years for Coach Rusty Prines.
Scored 3 touchdowns in his first game last week against Lee.
Not a bad debut. 2nd down and 5. Baxton and I behind Graff and the give. No, Graff's going to keep it on the option. He's got first down across the 40 to the 42. Joey Graff is going to be hauled down by D'Angelo Butler, but not before it's a Broadmoor first down.
Good play that time. Graff kept it. Similar to the way they started the game on their initial drive. Just sticking to basics, run their plays. See what they can do here in the second half. This is where you start playing for the rest of the season.
Yep.
The skull and crossbones on the helmet.
Iron matey. Clock running, 10.5 to play here in quarter number 3. Graff's going to give to the tailback. Emmanuel Howard spins out of 1 tackle. Was that Robbins?
28, that's Robbins. Real nice play.
That was Robbins. Jeff Lendo in on the stop.
As you described, a real nice spin out. And picks up about 5. 10-10 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Broadmoor in their home red with the powder blue helmets and sort of gray-silver pants. Baker in the white with the red pants and the black trim with the buffalo on the helmets. Graff with the pitch. That's Robbins, and he's going to have a first down. He's actually still on his feet, and he is going to get down into Baker territory up to about the 45-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds by Donald Washington.
I was going to comment before he stayed on his feet that he broke 1 tackle. It took more than 1 guy to get him down, but then actually took him about 3 or 4 guys to get him down. A real nice run by Robbins.
Speaking of Buffalo, we've got a terrific NFL doubleheader coming up on Sunday right here on Fox 44. The Saints shuffling off to Buffalo to play the Bills.
My Super Bowl pick, by the way.
Who, the Saints or the Bills?
No, Saints. Saints.
I would hope so.
No, I actually did. I figured I never had a chance to really realistically pick them before, so why not?
Great doubleheader. Of course, the Eagles and the Rams in game number 2 coming up at about 3 o'clock, all on Fox 44. That was Lawrence Jordan, the fullback, getting his first call of the night.
Donald Washington made the tackle that time, made a real nice play, recognizing the dive up the middle.
Baker was not crossing Jordan there.
Oh, I like that. Pretty good. So what's your Saints record?
I think the Saints will finish about 10-6. I think they'll be right about where they were last year, maybe 11-5.
11-5.
They get some breaks.
11-5.
You know, after a 1-3 preseason.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it shows a lot of respect for the Saints to be favored on the road as a visitor in their first game of the season.
I would agree with that.
It's a pretty good team.
Well, we'll get a good view real quick on how good the Saints are playing a good game on the road.
Lawrence Jordan gets his number called once again and inches close to a first down before he's brought down by D'Angelo Butler.
Broadmoor having a nice drive. First time they've had their hands on the ball in the second half.
3rd down and 1. Broadmoor love to keep the drive alive right here. Graff over quarterback, gives it to the fullback. It's going to be Jordan again, and that's going to be good for first down yardage down to about the Baker 33-yard line before Donald Washington came up from his free safety spot. Got a little help from linebacker Michael Mulkey, but it is indeed a Broadmoor first down.
And the Broadmoor fans make a little noise on that.
They haven't had a whole lot to cheer about tonight.
No. Jordan being a workhorse right now, 3 straight carries.
First down and 10, 8-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. On the option, Graff is going to keep it, and he's going to be tackled around the shoestrings by outside linebacker Michael Mulkey. Pick up of a couple on the play, bring up a second and about 8.
Graff that time looked like he wanted to follow the fullback into the line of scrimmage, but kind of stumbled, and because of that, went outside with it.
Second down, and we'll call it maybe 7 yards to go for another Broadmoor first down as they inch toward their first score of the night, and believe me, they need it.
Yeah. Joey Graff, 5'10", 169-pound senior, doing a good job at quarterback tonight for the Buccaneers.
Back split in the veer behind Graff on second down on the option. Pitch out. That's going to be Robbins around the right side, and great pursuit by the Baker defense.
Proving
Terrence
once again,
Lowry in on the stop. He got there first.
He proved once again that the back does not snap backwards too well. He got hit real hard that time from the bottom and then the top.
He's actually tackled for a loss on the play back to about the original line of scrimmage from where they had the first down at. So we're going to call it 3rd down and 10. Clock ticking away. 6:40 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Buffs on top of the Bucks, 28-0. Broadmoor scrambling for their life right here. They need a first down, and they need to get some points on the board. Man in motion is Coryell. Graff will throw on 3rd down. He's looking for Coryell. He's going to fire, and it's going to be incomplete. Just over the outstretched hands of Vic Rogers. Nearly picked that ball off.
I thought Vic Rogers tipped the ball, and that's why it wasn't caught. It was real close. We'll see it on the replay here, and whether the ball was tipped or not. He threw that ball backpedaling.
Yeah, he threw it kind of against the grain. Yeah, it was tipped. Could have been picked, and Rogers would have been gone. He would have.
Well, and also the same thing can be said if Coryell catches the ball, he could have made a big gainer on it. But now we have 3rd down and. Oh.
Our spotter, Glenn Patty, says, you know, when you throw it in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, it's not always a wonderful day.
Yeah. Mr. Rogers ain't roaming his neighborhood no more.
No. And
Only
Vic wasn't wearing a cardigan.
Oh, you're bad, John. We got a penalty against the Baker Buffs.
It must be a personal foul call, maybe a roughing the passer, perhaps. While we're marching this one off, let's go down on the sidelines to our Chad Melanson. Broadmoor's scramble to stay in this one, Chad. Yeah, let's stay with the game. We'll catch Chad in just a minute. Actually looks like a wishbone formation here for Broadmoor, and the give is to Robbins. He's got a hole, but it closes on him very quickly. All right, Chad, let's go down to you.
John, down here on the field, it's looking like it's pretty much all Baker right now. And but the one good note about Broadmoor, last weekend they scored twice on defense. Emmanuel Howard returned a fumble for a touchdown and also a 47-yard interception return. So that's how they're going to have to do it tonight. A couple of scores on defense will definitely help. Back up to you guys.
Thanks very much, Chad. The Bucks pick up about 4 on their first down play, bringing up a second down and 6 yards to go down about the, I'll call it the Baker 18-yard line. They're set up in the wishbone once again. Hey, if it works for Baker, maybe it'll work for Broadmoor. Robbins again on the carry, picks his way through the Baker defense, close to first down yardage before he is finally dragged down by D'Angelo Butler.
Well,
yeah, the Butler did it.
They did a good job that time. Also, wishbone first 2 plays. It's the first 2 times tonight that Broadmoor has run the wishbone, and they pick up a first down on it. Power football, first time they've been able to run up the middle with any consistency. They're doing it on this drive. And you also see that Robbins is taking over for Howard on this drive.
It's going to be, are they going to call for a measurement here? Yeah, I think they are. It's very, very close to a first down. Indeed, it is a first down for the Broadmoor Buccaneers.
First and goal from the 7.
It's the deepest they've been in really the whole game, I believe. That first drive, I don't think they got quite down this far.
We'll see how they do, trailing 28-0 here in the third quarter. And you have to give them credit after falling behind on that return of the kickoff, putting together a very good drive starting off at about their 27-yard line.
Let's see if Graff can navigate the Buccaneers ship into the end zone harbor here. He's going to roll, and he's going to be sacked. Actually, it's close to the line of scrimmage. Kefren Bailey dragged down Joey Graff right about the 7-yard line.
He's running for his life that time. You saw some speed that time by Bailey. And we have a flag down, I believe. Holding against Broadmoor as they shoot themselves in the proverbial foot again.
Penalty will march him back 10.
Put the ball back on the 17-yard line.
We're at the 4:54 mark in quarter number 3, and Broadmoor hanging on for their life here, trailing 28-0 at home. It's a pretty good Baker club, Charles.
Yeah, they're very good. Broadmoor has an opportunity here. See what they can do with it.
Balls march back to about the 16-yard line. Graff's going to roll to his left and throw. He's got a receiver. He throws in traffic. It's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Vic Rogers came
Bailey
across.
And Paul Coryell in on the collision there.
And Vic Rogers came across from a safety position, tipped the ball. Again, throwing into that double coverage.
Very impressed with the Baker defense.
Yeah, they're sending 2 men out in the pattern on that play as they roll to the left side of the formation, and Baker just has more people there than they have receivers.
Well, we'll call it second and goal now from the 16. Donnelly comes out of the game for Broadmoor. Graff's got a pair of receivers to the near side of the field. Backs in the eye. Second and goal from the 17. He looks. He's got a little bit of time now. It closes up on him. He throws for the end zone. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown! Meshach Stevens all alone in the back of the end zone.
You saw a hesitation that time on Graff as he was being converged on by the defense, and finally saw his receiver open in the back. You see him hesitate. He looks, and then all of a sudden, hey, look what I see!
Just before he got hit, throwing against the grain.
Good camera work, and the battling Buccaneers hit the scoreboard at the 4:22 mark of the third quarter.
They keep the boat afloat here. They're trailing now 28-6 with 4:22 remaining.
See the Broadmoor fans wave the flag, the Jolly Roger. going for 2 on the wishbone.
Rusty doesn't have a field goal kicker. The fumble, and obviously the 2-point conversion is no good. Ball is fumbled on the play, but yet Broadmoor gets on the board with 4:22 to play here in the third quarter. The score, Baker 28, Broadmoor 6. You're watching the high school football game of the week on Fox 44. Stumbles into the end zone. Number 23, Emmanuel Howard, caught him from behind, but not before he stumbled into the end zone. There's a player down way back at the 27.
We have a clip back at the 24-yard line, John. You knew it coming back. Outstanding effort by Crawford to reverse his field, and you got to give Howard a lot of credit because Crawford thought he was going to waltz in, and Howard wasn't going to just give it to him and hit him at the goal line. But it's coming back, and they'll have the ball back on about the 12-yard line.
Wow.
We see it right here. Crawford is showing me something tonight.
He does not go down.
The young man is showing some speed, some versatility.
Breaking all kinds of tackles. His own player nearly knocks him down.
We see him just streaking down the line.
Then he slows up. He pulls up a little bit,
at about the 20.
Free.
And you see
Here
Howard.
comes Emmanuel.
And he dives across the goal line.
Exhausted, I'm sure.
And Broadmoor had a player hurt on the kickoff. Number 47, we do not have him on the roster.
Let's check that JV roster. Not on the 9th grade roster either.
Hopefully he's not hurt too bad. And we'll be back to action, back on the 12-yard line.
3:58 to play here in the third quarter, and Baker on top 28-6.
I think next time on special teams, I'd keep the ball out of Mr. Crawford's hands.
Yeah, absolutely. DeMarcus Dunn taking over for the injured James Allen. Still not sure the extent of that injury, but we've got to think it wasn't good to James Allen. Adrian Crook on the carry there, the big fullback. Bring up a second and about 9.
I am impressed if you just look at that huddle. 66, 73. The size of these guys, 65. They got some burly guys up there.
A lot of beef up front for Buffalo. Dunn over center. Looks like flags down, then movement in the backfield there, it appeared.
Yeah, it looked like an illegal shift, 2 men in motion, but that shouldn't be a dead ball penalty, but they're going to call it anyway. We see the dance corps.
That'll march Baker back inside their own 10-yard line. They're on top, though, 28-6. At this point, you play conservative. You just protect the ball. You want to get a lot of players some experience in a big game like this.
Especially Dunn, because you got, looks like he's going to be a QB the rest of the season, especially next week going up against Glen Oaks. So you want to get Dunn as much playing experience as you can.
They're going down to Central Lafourche.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Broadmoor's got Glen Oaks next week. So we'll call it second down and about 12.
And the referee is going to talk to the band for Broadmoor. I don't know what the deal is over there. You see him tell him to be quiet or something, I guess.
Maybe
I never heard of that one.
Maybe the back trombone was out of key. I don't know.
Well, they ain't on the field. This ain't Cal Stanford. Why can't they play? I guess they didn't want them playing while they're back there.
The band of Bucks told to stop, I said, apparently. Back to action here. Second down and 12 for Baker.
Trying to go outside.
And still on his feet, that's Crook. No, I'm sorry, Dustin Stacia scored the second touchdown of the night for Baker. And he's going to ramble on up close to a first down.
Nice run that time. Stacia hadn't carried the ball that many times tonight, but you can see he's an excellent runner. Puts the ball just shy of the chain up on the 20-yard line. Looks like we're going to have about a 3rd and 2.
Stacia had a big game last week in the win over Capital.
Yes, he did. Senior running back.
Clock moving with 2:48 to play. Actually, it's going to be 3rd down and a very short 2 for the Buffalo. Crawford split wide to the near side here. Stacia up the middle, first down yardage and then some across the 25 to the 27-yard line before he's dragged down.
Good offensive line push that time.
Excellent. Excellent. The defensive line for Broadmoor has got to be just worn down by those hulking Buffaloes bearing down on them all night, pushing them off the line.
See a lot of youngsters at the game tonight. Very nice crowd. The Baker sidelines packed. Broadmoor has very nice contingent lined up all over the place and along the fences and everything.
First and 10, that's Stacia. He's up the left sideline, still on his feet before he's knocked out of bounds. Close to first down yardage once again, up on the far sideline. Joseph Robbins with the hit.
Now we're beginning to see the line take control. Yeah. Is backed up to the 12-yard line, and now they're just grinding it out. 2:02, 2:01, 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Possession football by both teams this half. Only one possession by each team after a kickoff return for a touchdown.
Second and 9 from the 36-yard line. On the option, the pitch. That's Stacia. He's to the 40, 45 across midfield. Penalty flag down. Still on his feet and finally knocked down at the Broadmoor 46-yard line. Joseph Ard on the stop.
Impressed with the special toe, the running back, the speed that we're seeing on both sides of the ball tonight. Both teams have excellent skill position players.
This one's going to be coming back due to a holding penalty against Baker.
Sloppy.
Those fabulous Baker boys got caught with their hands around the Buccaneer player there. At least they weren't lying across the piano.
I guess.
That'll push the ball back.
So we see right here, Stacia coming in, covers the ball up, breaks the first tackle, and goes in. Real nice run by Stacia.
That'll be first and 10 again.
I would have to think, John, that we're seeing several ball players out here that will be playing the next level somewhere next year.
Delay a game penalty now against Baker. They're going to be pushed back a little further. Well, still 1:14 to play here in the third stanza. Baker on top, 28-6. Broadmoor battling for their lives here. The dead ball penalty. Well, now it'll be, as we said earlier, this will probably be more like first and I-12 for Baker. They've got about gosh, let's mark it off. 5, 10, 15, about 30 yards to go for a first down.
That high math paying off for you, John.
Minute to go here in the third. Dunn on the option. He gives it to the first man through. Adrian Crook's going to be stacked up close to the line of scrimmage. A couple yard gain for him. Lawrence Jordan on the stop.
I'm impressed with Dunn coming off the bench, replacing Allen. He got hurt earlier in the ball game. And Dunn's doing a really good job, handles the ball very well.
Just a junior, but he's been learning, playing behind a very good one in James Allen, who's a returning starter for Bob Howell's ball club.
Number 66, Tyler Kendrick is a senior. 73, Jason Williams is a senior.
Second and long for Baker on the option. Dunn's going to keep it. He's got a little bit of speed and some moves there too. He's still on his feet. Penalty flag down. He's up to the 40-yard line. Gain of about 10 yards, but that one is going to be coming back. Paul Coryell on the stop, but looked like another hold against the Buffs.
7 seconds to play in the third quarter. Right now, this is getting very sloppy.
Yep. Indeed.
Number 64, Kendrick Davis, a senior offensive lineman.
Just 7 ticks still on the clock here in the third quarter. This would most likely be the final play of the quarter coming up right here.
If he didn't go out of bounds, they probably don't have to snap the ball.
Broadmoor trailing by 22. Still a glimmer of hope, but They need to put some points on the board in a hurry. Need Baker to make some serious mistakes as we wind down to the final 15 minutes.
You notice the Broadmoor band hadn't played since the referee whistled?
Second and long. The give is up the middle. Plenty of running room. Big number 31 rather. Adrian Crook. Plenty of running room right up the gut of the Broadmoor defense.
Paul
The final
Coryell
play of the third quarter.
Paul Coryell made the stop.
Boy, look at Adrian Crook. Just a punishing run right there. Nice tackle by Paul Coryell, but that's going to do it for the third quarter. With the score, Baker 28, Broadmoor 6. You're watching the high school football game of the week on Fox 44.
When it comes to comedy, Fox breaks the mold.
Eat my dust, mortal! I'm okay.
From The Simpsons to That 70s Show.
Oh my God, Donna's wearing granny panties!
From Titus to Malcolm in the Middle.
Hey guys, we're second for the record!
This fall, we're at it again when Fox premieres 2 breakthrough comedies. First, forget about home. There's no place like a co-ed dorm.
I just read the few pages and I don't remember a word of it. It's like my body is awake and my mind is... I'm gonna take a nap.
Introducing Undeclared. And meet TV's newest loving father.
Hey, it's Uncle Bernie.
On the Bernie Mac Show.
Who wants ice cream?
Me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We don't have it.
Coming this fall to Fox 44.
Hey, girl. You know what a dog needs? Dog bone.
Wish you'd have paid your phone bill now? If you've been disconnected for not paying, now is a perfect time to call now.
Now communication.
You won't have to pay your old phone bill off, and you can talk all you want, especially when you need to.
Meet Tiny.
Why you want to keep a brother down?
Now Communications. Now you're talking.
Green means go.
Go straight to Salisbury's Dodge City for our green tag sale.
Every 2001's got to go.
Grand Caravan EX $24,990.
Ram 3/4 ton diesel $22,990.
Intrepid $17,490.
Stratus $15,490.
Dakota $11,990.
Neon $10,990.
And a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs have green tags too.
Green means selection.
Green means savings.
Green means gotta go straight to the green tag sale.
At Salisbury's Dodge City.
Mind smart.
Welcome back to Broadmoor Field. Bucks trailing the Baker Buffaloes 28-6. First play of the fourth quarter. And that is done on the keeper, the quarterback.
Well, a big stop right there for Broadmoor on a 3rd and 9 play to start the fourth quarter. Still, as you talked about earlier, a glimmer of hope. And now they'll get the ball back for only their second possession of the second half.
Lawrence Jordan in on a big tackle right there behind the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 4th and 10 for Baker. I believe this is their first punt of the game.
Might be right. I'll give you that one. I think you're right.
In punt formation, good snap. Manuel Howard and is back for this kick, and Coryell, and they're going to let this one fall. Well, somebody touched it.
The ball went through a Broadmoor player's legs. He didn't even know it was there. I don't think it touched him. Then the Baker player touched it. If Baker touched it first, then it's they can't recover the football. Let's see how the referees call it here. See if we can see it. If we can find us a football there. I think Baker touched it first. We'll see.
We also have an injured player down on the field. Broadmoor is going to have the ball 1st and 10 at about their own 39-yard line. No, nobody injured. Cage Blumstein came up with the football there for the Bucks. 11:04 remaining in this ball game. And
Broadmoor will keep the football.
You know, I was going to mention the great Fox primetime shows this weekend. One you got to catch is on Sunday night. It's called Malcolm in the Middle. Ever seen it, Charles?
No, I can't say as I have.
Oh, my goodness.
I heard great reviews of it.
One of the funniest shows on television, a terrific ensemble cast. That's Frankie Muniz, who plays Malcolm. Catch it Sundays at 7:30 right here on WGMB Fox 44.
You have to remember I'm doing other things on Sunday night.
Maybe get a pinch hitter or take a rain check one night, or tape it. You know, they came up with these things called VCRs.
I'm still working on that high-tech stuff.
All right. Back here on planet Earth, 28-6, favor of Baker. 11:04 remaining in this ball game, and Broadmoor trying to mount a bit of a comeback here after falling behind by 4 touchdowns in this one. Graff with his backs in the eye gives it to Emmanuel Howard, spins out a 1 tackle, but a host of buffs right there to greet him at about the line of scrimmage, led by Jeff Lendo.
Terrence Lowry thought, says, "Come to me, baby," and he just spun away. He says, "Whew, nothing but air."
That was actually Joseph Robbins who flew out of that tackle. But
Robbins likes that spin move. He's tried it a couple, 3 times, been successful with it.
The Red Robin's been bopping along.
You have a book of these things or what?
Glenn Patty, our spotter, supplies me with much of my poor material. Robbins, again, he's going to be tripped up again close to the line of scrimmage. Pick up just a couple. Michael Mulkey gets him around the shoestrings. We're going to call it 3rd and about 7 yards for Broadmoor. Any hopes they have of staging a comeback in this one really hinge on this play right here.
Yeah, and the Broadmoor band must be off probation as they're playing again.
Maybe the referee just didn't like the song they were playing.
I've never seen that. I never have.
Third down and 7. Graff drops straight back to throw. He's got time this time. He's got a receiver, too. And it's going to be complete to James Moncrief up about the 43-yard line. It's going to be good enough for first down yardage.
It's a shame Moncrief that time had to catch it falling down because he was wide open about 7 or 8 yards in front of a defender, had a chance to pick up extra yardage.
Well, still he secured the ball, and that was...
Got the first down.
That's what counted. Did get a new set of downs, and Broadmoor has it with the clock moving. He did not get out of bounds, however. 9:27 now to play in the ball game. Broadmoor trailing by 22. 3 big scores. Graff barking out signals over center. Up against about a 7-man front there. The give is, no, he's going to keep it on the, no.
Smothered. It's called gang tackling there.
Lawrence Jordan, I believe, on the carry, and he did not get much. It's actually a number we don't have. Lawrence Jordan coming back in the ball game, and the UFO coming out of the ball game. Donnelly split wide to the right. Probably a passing situation here on 2nd and 9. Graff is in trouble. Yeah. He's going to throw it, and it's going to be incomplete. I don't know who he was throwing it to. I don't see a flag, however.
You weren't throwing
Jeff
it to
Lendo was all over.
He just got away with that when he made the right play. Had nothing to lose. Tremendous rush that time by Baker. Threw the ball to the open area of the field, and it was in a general direction of a couple of guys about 20 yards down the field.
Okay. Graff, you could see the frustration on his face as he looked over to the sideline there, try to get some help or inspiration. Or
Baker knows he has to pass. They just kicked back and just charged the quarterback.
3rd down and 9. Big 3rd down play here for Broadmoor from their own 44-yard line. Graff is going to roll out to his right once again. He's got a receiver, and it's going to be complete to Paul Coryell into Baker territory at the 43-yard line. That's good for a Broadmoor first down.
Graff did a real good job of just laying the ball up there on a square out pattern. Coryell caught the ball, thought he was going out. No no defenders around him, so he picks up an extra 2 or 3 yards. We'll see it right here on the replay. Coming right at our camera guy. He thought he was going out of bounds and picks up an extra yard or 2.
Terrence Lowry did knock him out of bounds, but too late and before he could get the first down yardage.
2 third-down conversions in a row for Broadmoor, and we have a TO by Baker.
Timeout on the field, and let's take one up here in the booth as well. 8:11 to play here in the fourth quarter. 28-6 Baker. You're watching high school football game of the week on Fox 44.
Audubon Ford, your Blue Oval certified Ford dealer, is having a clearance sale. Every car and truck is tagged and marked down so low you can't afford to miss the savings. Audubon has to move its inventory before the 2002 start to arrive. Come by Audubon Ford, your Ford dealer for over 30 years.
Here at Full House, we've got a gift. For making people smile, we've got a gift. For showing off your style, we've got a gift. For any time or season, are you getting our drift? Here at Full House, we've got a gift.
Audubon Ford, your Blue Oval certified Ford dealer, wants you to drive this tough 2001 Ford F-150 pickup with air, V6, 5-speed overdrive, AM/FM stereo, and more. Only $12,995. $12,995 only at Audubon Ford.
Welcome back to Broadmoor Stadium and 28-6 Baker. Let's go down on the sidelines. Start Chad Melanson. Chad?
Thanks, Charles. John, well, looks like Broadmoor's not laying down tonight. It's 28-6. And looks like, you know, despite having only 29 varsity players on their roster, they all seem to have big hearts. And Coach Rusty Price was saying before the game how he lost a lot of experience off last year's team. And he was just looking for somebody to step up tonight. And it's been a long, hard game, but they'll have something to build on. That's for sure. Thanks, John.
Well,
nice work, Chatter.
I was going to say, I tell you what, he's right, though. We mentioned earlier, Rusty Price teams never lay down. They're always out man number-wise, and Rusty gets as much out of his players as any coach in East Baton Rouge Parish. And again, they're building on this. You still got an outside chance in this game, but you're still building for the rest of the season. You got 8 more games and hopefully the playoffs.
Yep. Well, Broadmoor's certainly capable of big things this season, but they're getting everything and then some from a very good Baker ball club tonight. 8:11 to play. Let's see what Broadmoor does here. Graff, play action fake, rolls to his right, fires. He's got a receiver. Coriel complete to the 30, all the way down to the 20-yard line for Broadmoor. First down.
Well, you talk about Broadmoor, and we saw it right there. The skill players they have. Graff runs his team very, very well. Coriel's an excellent receiver, which we've seen so far. And you have Robbins and Howard who can make big plays for you. So this team can put points on the board as you go along, and it looks like they're threatening to do it again in this game.
Coriel open in the flat. That's Air Coriel. That's right, huh?
Dan Faust. Is he still doing Fox, or is he on the other?
No, Dan Faust does color commentary for Monday Night Football.
Is that where he? Okay, yeah.
With your boy Dennis Miller.
Yeah, okay.
I formation. The give is to Robbins up the middle for a couple before he's pushed back by that big Baker line. Those Baker linemen are buff and chiseled. Marcus Muse, among others, on the stop. Bring up a second down, clock running inside of 7 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the ball game.
Again, not getting away from their game plan at all, not hurrying. Maybe they should a little bit more, but they're doing what they know how to do best. Paint faces.
Backs in the eye, wide receiver split to both sides. Play action fake. Graff's gonna scramble, still on his feet. He's gonna be dragged down. D'Angelo Butler's had a terrific ball game for that Baker defense on the tackle, catching up to Graff behind the line of scrimmage.
Did a real good job that time. The play was not there. He tried the quick pass, wasn't open. He had to eat the football, tried to make something out of nothing and couldn't.
Actually, he did get a little bit of positive yardage there.
So we got a second down and about 7.
No, we've got a procedure penalty. It's going to be declined, however.
No, you got to be kidding me. They're going to.
Second down and 8 now for the home field Bucks.
Well, they are going to mark it off. So rather than.
Well, at first they said decline.
See if they can make up their mind. The box has third down.
Okay, 3rd and 11. There you go. He was tackled behind the line of scrimmage, as originally called by me. Can I correct myself?
Yes, you may.
Thank you very little.
That was the officials mess up.
Graf to throw, and he's going to be sacked from behind. The ball is on the ground. I don't think his arm was in motion.
No way,
I think that is going to be called a fumble. Graf got whacked from behind.
Fumble recovery that time by number 33 for Baker. That would be D'Angelo Butler, your main man.
D'Angelo Butler with the scoop up there.
Let's see what we're calling.
Let's watch this again. Graf never saw this one coming. Just nailed from the blind side. Butler on. Who made the hit on that one?
I did not catch the number. But I don't know why Broadmoor still has the ball. They must have called an incomplete pass.
They did call it an incomplete pass. Boy, they dodged a bullet right there. I did not think his arm
the zebra missed
was
that
in
one.
motion. Just 6.5 minutes to play here in this ball game.
You can understand how he missed the ball popped forward. The referee was standing behind him on the play, so don't be overly critical, but we could tell very easily from our vantage point that the ball popped forward because of the hit.
We've got a penalty flag down on the far side.
Illegal substitution for somebody, probably.
Yeah, I think you're right.
6:31 to play in the ball game. 28-6 is our score. Baker on top. Broadmoor trying to get back in.
Those are the kind of penalties that Rusty Price just cringes.
Unsportsmanlike penalty against Baker. Somebody said something from the side. That's what it was. Referee was standing on the far sideline by the Baker coaching staff, and they said something that his ears didn't like. And obviously the Baker coaching staff did not need to see the replays like we did.
No. That's the last thing Baker needs at this point in time, with a 22-point lead and just 6.5 minutes to play in the ball game. But nevertheless, Broadmoor still has a very steep hill to climb here.
Yeah, seen stranger things happen.
Yeah.
Jim McMahon, Holiday Bowl. We're not going
Joe Montana, Cotton Bowl.
We're not going to Heidi, are we? After this.
We have a tall mountain to climb, but they're not the Alps, Charles.
Who played in the Heidi game?
Jets and the Raiders.
That's right. Being a left coast guy, you should know that.
Yeah. One of the wackiest decisions ever made by a television executive. What was that, 1968?
I want to say 8.
Yeah. All right, here we go. 3rd and 1. They do not get the automatic first down. And the give is up the middle.
Robbins.
Still on his feet. First down yardage is Robbins. And he's going to nest in first down territory for Broadmoor. Butler on the stop, but it's going to be a first down for Broadmoor as they inch closer to another score.
If I'm not mistaken, the guy made that decision for NBC about changing that game. I think he took over Coke and tried the new Coke thing, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Sheer brilliance.
Two of the better decisions in our lifetime.
Real brainchild there. All right, first and goal from the 5 for the Bucks. Closing in on 6-minute mark in the 4th quarter. They give up the middle, no room at all for Robbins. He ran into a whole bunch of buffs.
Good interior line play that time by the defensive line. Didn't let him go anywhere. Ball still at the 5-yard line. The clock's running at 5:48.
It is intriguing why Broadmoor is running the ball and not at least trying to get outside and stop the clock out of bounds or something at this point. With just 5:25 to play in the ball game, trailing by 22. On the option, Graf's going to keep it, but is read beautifully. He never had a chance to get outside and keep it or pitch it. And there's a Broadmoor player taking a tumble there.
Looked like a quarterback draw as he tried to go inside, and I don't understand that call, but the clock's still running at 5:08, and the ball's still on the 5-yard line.
Well, let's see what tricks they have up their sleeve here. James Moncrief carrying the play into the ball game. Paul Coryell coming out, probably their Broadmoor's surest-handed receiver. 4:42 to play and a 3rd down and goal from the 4. Backs in a Severe behind Graff, and he is going to signal for a timeout with 4:33 to play, and we're going to do the same. You are watching the Fox 44 High School Football Game of the Week. Stay with us.
Extra, read all about it.
No, don't just read about us. Come and see us at our new location. Let Baton Rouge School of Computers change the way you think about your future. How do you see yourself? Well, this is what we see. You with a degree in computer electronics, or being #1 in computer information systems, or try microcomputer literacy. And in only 7 months, receive your diploma. Call Baton Rouge School of Computers today at 923-2525 and let us change you into what we see.
You can count on Jerry Lane.
It's time for a twin spin with Jerry Lane.
I take this crew everywhere in my Chevy truck from Jerry Lane.
Do you want to know what really keeps me coming back? It's the great service.
You can count on Jerry Lane.
And welcome back to Broadmoor Field. We have 4:33 left in this ball game. 28-6 in favor of the Baker Buffaloes. And Charles, if you missed any part of this ball game, or those of you viewing at home, you can certainly watch it again. In fact, you can watch it twice. A couple of rebroadcasts of this terrific ball game on Sunday on Fox 44 sister station, WUPN, WZUP 13 on your cable system.
8 a.m. on Sunday and 3:30 in the afternoon. So after you watch the Saints on Fox, then you tune us in again and watch us.
And we're at the 4:33 mark right here.
Well, I'll tell
Next
you what,
week, we're going to be in Lutcher,
Go down to the dog yard. Coach Tim Detilier's Lutcher Bulldogs. 3A power taking on a resurgent East Ascension team by Billy Beasley.
Spartan's got a pretty good ball club this
I
year.
think it's going to be a heck of a ball game.
Big play right here on 3rd and goal. They're going to give it up the middle, getting close to the end zone, but not quite in is Joseph Robbins.
Robbins been taking all the carries this half. Howard had him in the first half. Now we've got a 4th down and 2 yards to go for the battling Buccaneers of Broadmoor.
Danny Cooper with the barrel hug on him right there.
See how they handle it here. You have to think they would go outside, though they're trying to go inside lately. We'll see.
All of a sudden, you look up at the clock, and we're at the 4-minute mark, and you're still three scores down. 4th and goal. Robbins up the middle, touchdown, Broadmoor. Joseph Robbins with the touchdown.
Got to give Broadmoor a lot of credit, especially the interior line. We're in the 4th quarter. They're outmanned on both sides of the ball tonight in the interior, and they're going up the middle rather than playing finesse ball that we talked about in the 1st quarter, and they power the ball in for Robbins for a touchdown from 2 yards out.
Yep, they're going to have to go for 2 here. In addition to their kicker being out for this game, Ben Larissy, who's out with a broken shoulder. I'm still not sure what that has to do with his kicking leg.
I know you're tough, John.
Okay, a little pain involved, sure. No, the kicker is out, so the backup kicker is not quite up to snuff for Broadmoor, so they choose to go 4-2, also by necessity, trailing at this point 28-12. Interesting lineup here for Broadmoor, rolling out, now back. Graff, he's going to be tackled.
Ball
He never had a shot at getting rid of that one. LaMarcus Muse tripped him up.
They tried to throw back screen that time. Baker had it read all the time. Nobody was open on the left side of the field, and he just had to eat the football.
Yeah, we're going to keep it right here as Baker now with a 16-point lead over the home field Bucks.
Still two touchdowns, still a slim chance.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I am impressed with the way Broadmoor stayed with their game plan, and they've been able to battle. They've had 2 possessions in the second half. They got 2 touchdowns. Yeah. And after being behind 28-0. Now you have to think an onside kick will be coming up here. But right now, I think Broadmoor can take something from this ball game and build on it as the season goes along.
Well, with 3:54 to play, as you say, stranger things have certainly happened. And they have moved the ball on offense this half. I mean, they were trailing 21-0. They've outscored Baker in the second half. Of course, Baker playing without its terrific quarterback, James Allen, who went down with a leg injury, seemingly a knee injury in the first half.
Well, looks looks like Baker's going to put up the whole team. They got the hands team in there up on the front line.
Emmanuel Howard is actually going to kick this.
2, 4, 6. There's too many people on the front line here.
I think they're kicking it to the near side. Is all 10 bucks lined up on the near side of the field over here.
It should be right in front of us. We should get a good look.
Yeah, really, the good hands team or the good hoof team?
And Broadmoor's going to call a timeout for some unknown reason.
Rusty's going to talk about it. Want to get this thing right if they're going to do it.
Well, this is a big play in the ball game for them to have any kind of chance. I mean, we've got 3:54 to play in the ball game, and 2 scores behind. They have to make something happen right here.
Undeclared, a new show coming up on Fox. It's going to follow the 70s show on Tuesday nights. The premiere of that show is going to be coming up very soon, September 18th at 7:30. It's a really funny show about a college freshman. Goes to school and the travails that he goes through. Sort of a lot like American Pie, but the cleaner version, if you will.
Okay.
Good little show. I've seen the trailers. I've seen the pilot. It's a very, very funny show.
They're not going to be as funny as you are during the broadcast.
Hey, when I've got you writing my material, Charles.
I appreciate that. That's my daughter, not me. 3:54 to play, and we're going to try this onside kick thing again.
Emmanuel Howard's going to try to knock a knuckleball here and see if his Bucks can get it. There's the kick, and it's going to sail out of bounds. He kind of had he sliced it, actually. Didn't even go 10 yards. Oh, it was Raymond Bridges, actually, on that kick.
That looked like one of my wedge shots that flies over the green. So Baker will take over where the ball goes out of bounds. You have a choice of penalizing the other team 5 yards, taking the ball 25 yards down the field, which is usually the 35-yard line, or taking it where it goes out of bounds. In this case, they'll take it where it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, they're going to take over at the Broadmoor 48-yard line.
Best onside kick attempt I ever saw one time was at LSU. The ball actually went behind where it kicked off. Tried to squib it down the field, and the ball put some backspin on and went right down the line of scrimmage at the 40-yard line and spun and went backwards and stopped on the 39.
Wow. Well, DeMarcus Dunn, the junior, back at quarterback for Baker, and he's probably seen a lot more playing time than he thought he would tonight.
Fumble.
From the wishbone, fumble on the play, exactly what Broadmoor needed. It looks like Baker scooped it back up again. Stacia was the man who bobbled the handoff.
Baker has to cut that kind of stuff out as the season progresses, and they will. Dunn will be getting the running snaps now with the first team at practice, and hopefully teams will be able to practice next week. We won't have this rain. Monsoon's continuing.
Well, the muffed handoff does result in a 1-yard gain for Baker, bringing up a 2nd down and 9 at the Broadmoor. Yeah, we'll still call it the 48-yard line. Back split to both sides in the double wing. Now a man in motion. And the give is to that's Stacia again. No.
I'll give that to number 23 that time.
Oh, that's Gurn.
John Gurn.
Hadn't called his number in a while.
Gurn had 2 touchdowns, catches and passes last week. Fresh body in there, getting a chance to play a little bit.
One of those several speed merchants that Bob Howell has in his arsenal.
Second half has been possession football, John. I mean, both teams have dominated. This is only the 4th possession of the second half, 2 by each team.
Yep, long drives, and the Broadmoor defense needs to come up with a turnover right here. Handoff out of the bone. That's Gurn again, and he's inside the 35 to the 34. He's brought down by Jimmy Fontenot.
Give Stacia a lot of credit that time. He fell forward because he missed the count, but he had enough sense to just stay where he was and froze, and therefore it was not a procedure penalty. Did a real good job. Broadmoor back was sitting there saying, hey man, you should have called a penalty, but I got news, that ain't a penalty.
Well, ball marked on the 34, and let's see if Broadmoor has one last gasp right here. They need to shut this team down. Dunn over center, handoff.
Stacia.
That's Stacia. He's around the right side, still on his feet. He's still on his feet. He's going to be bucking towards the end zone. Touchdown, Baker.
33-yard run by Stacia, second touchdown of the night. An outstanding run going around the outside. That time we see him going back to the bench. As we'll see a good close-up on a field level right there. Stacia just gets the ball, outruns everybody to the corner, breaks it open, outruns the linebacker, that's number 42, Jordan, and outruns the cornerback and is in the end zone for the 5th touchdown of the night.
Terrific running back, Dustin Stacia right there, just one of many Baker has, and it's a lot of weapons. Too many for Broadmoor to stop tonight. The kick is up, and it is good by Jake Lanier. And with 1:58 to play, the score now. Baker's got this one in the bag, 35 to 12. And, you know, let's keep it right here ourselves. Just a minute 58 to play, and
well, this is a game right now both teams can learn for. Baker right now, as we commented earlier in the broadcast, John, looks like to be a power to be around this town right now, and you're going to have to see in a lot of these top 10s around the area and stuff that Baker's going to have to really be up there. And they'll be, when they play Glen Oaks for the that's going to be for the district title, no question about it. Broadmoor, on the other hand, as a team, looks like that they can have some opponents that they can beat on their schedule, but they're going to be hard-pressed when they start playing some of the teams. Santamar, you would have thought it last year, but they gave Santamar all of the trouble they wanted last year in a heck of a ball game.
Checking out our upcoming slate of games for the rest of the month.
Central at Terra. That game, Central has one of the best quarterbacks in the parish, and they have a wide-open attack that Insminger runs over there. That'll be a fun game to watch, especially against Terra's defense, which up to this point had given up a point.
Well, Ryan Lewis has a pretty good quarterback coach up there, Steve Insminger.
Yeah, Insminger knows what he's doing, and he likes the wide-open attack, and that's the way he's designed his team. And the Wildcats at Central are fun to watch.
Yeah, and well, a lot of high school teams just aren't geared to stop an attack like that. But Terra's shut out 2 teams in a row. I think Broadmoor better fall on that one, or it's going to be Baker's ball again. Raymond Stahovich, I believe, finally fell on the football, but Baker nearly recovered that ball all the way up around the Broadmoor 25-yard line.
It's a good onside kick attempt. I think where you can put the ball in that, if you can get a kicker to put the ball in that little area and you get a speedster on that outside, you have a pretty good chance of recovering it. You see the Broadmoor cheerleaders, they're still cheering with 1:58 to go and their team out of it right now.
You got to have spirit.
Hey, high school, why not, man? They tell me that's happy days.
Well, first 10 for Broadmoor as we wind it down here. Graff still in another quarterback. He rolls to his right. He fires over the middle, complete. That's Paul Coryell. That's going to be good for a first down up around the 39-yard line.
And Broadmoor still battling.
Rusty Price, of course, got a lot of fight in this team, and they're not going to give up, although this one's, they can probably...
it's practice time right now.
Yeah, this is, but they're practicing against a very good ball club here, and it'll be certainly pay off down the line for them.
Trips to the near side.
Grass going to roll. Oh, he cannot get out of the grasp of the Baker rusher.
Oh.
He swings it out, and they're going to whistle this one dead in the backfield. Alan Reed, first time we called his name tonight, and he had a hold of Graff and wouldn't let go.
Give Graff credit, though. Kept his head about him, flipped the ball to Robbins, and they called forward progress on the play. It's a safety measure. Nothing wrong with that. 1 minute and counting.
Player limping off, yep. Cooper, that was Danny Cooper limping off right there from the shotgun. Graff on second down and about 20. He's going to drop back. Fakes one way, looks, he's going to go long. He's looking for Coryell in traffic, complete. Beautiful catch by Paul Coryell up around the 33-yard line.
37 seconds to play, similar play that we had on the interception earlier in the game, except this time Coryell is able to catch the ball, and Broadmoor has a chance to put some more points on the board.
Good coverage by Williams and Rogers on the play for Baker, but Coryell this time goes up and gets it, and it's going to be a first down for the Buccaneers of Broadmoor.
Clock running. You got to get up there, guys. Get up there. 30 seconds.
What's the timeout situation here for Broadmoor? Trips to the right. Graf's going to throw again. He's going to fire, and this one's going to be incomplete. That was trapped over there on the near sideline.
16 seconds to play, John. He's lucky he didn't catch the ball because he was not in first down territory.
Coryell was the intended receiver.
You got to throw it to the end zone. Ball on a 32.
Kiefer and Bailey on the coverage.
Been impressed with Baker tonight.
Yeah. They've got the size, they've got the speed, they've got the numbers. Of course, it would help to have senior James Allen come back. But it's a good ball club, and they don't look like they missed too much with DeMarcus Dunn, the junior, filling in for James Allen.
I would agree with that.
Back to throw from the shotgun. Graf's got plenty of time. He's going to throw it across the field, and it's going to be nearly intercepted, just out of bounds. Penalty flag down on the field.
It looks like a roughing the passer penalty back where the flag is. 7 seconds to play. Not much of a rush that time. Graf just put the ball up as hard as he could.
Well, they sort this one out. We need to take one final break. Why don't we do it? Let's do it right here. You're watching high school football on Fox 44. And welcome back. A dead ball penalty there against Baker, actually, that's going to push Broadmoor all the way down deep in Baker territory as they try to tack on one more score and get it a little bit closer here with 7 seconds left in the game. They're going to have one last crack at it here from the 16-yard line. Graf looks. He fires over the middle. Complete. Touchdown, Broadmoor, with 1 second remaining.
Coryell's hurt in the end zone. He took a shot. We'll see the replay right here. Outstanding pass by Graf. Right over the middle. Coryell catches it in traffic right at the goal line as he is hit there. He's shaken up a little bit. You don't want to see that on the last play of the ball game. He was hit right at the knee, but it looks like it's just going to be a bruise, hopefully.
Actually, the clock does read 0-0-0. I thought there may be 1 tick left. Not that
they didn't want to do no kickoff. This game's over with.
Yeah.
Let them run the 2-point conversion. Everybody go home.
Well, Coryell limping off. That would be a huge loss for Broadmoor if they don't. He's going to be lost for any period of time. But
hit him at the knee. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Hopefully it's just a little bruise. But he did take a shot, and real nice play to hang on to the ball right at the goal line.
Well, the score now 35-18. And let's see if Broadmoor can get it a little bit closer on the option. Graf with the pitch, and it's on the ground. Fumbled, recovered by Baker, but it doesn't matter. This one is over. The Baker Buffaloes go into Buccaneer territory and come out with a huge 35-18 win. Congratulations to Bob Howell and his staff for a job well done. They were prepared to come in here, throw all their weapons at Broadmoor, and let the chips fall where they may. They fell their way.
The chips fell mainly in the end zone. They did an outstanding job and controlled this game from midway in the first quarter all the way, and showed a lot of weapons. And as we've talked about throughout this broadcast, Baker looks like a team to be reckoned with.
And I'm not convinced that Broadmoor still can't make some noise of their own in this 5A.
I don't disagree. I think they have a decent shot to make the playoffs. It'll be tough in the district they're in, but they're very competitive, and I think that they have a shot. And they're always going to play somebody tough. I promise you, Broadmoor will upset somebody, one of the top-ranked teams that you just don't expect.
How does Coach Bob Howell savors this win? Baker winning this one at Broadmoor, 35-18. You're watching high school football on Fox 44.
Fox 44's Game of the Week has been brought to you by Cardenas Law Firm and by Monogram Warehouse.